our fellow student Eric talked and showed us the importance of 3D bioprinting. But I myself am very interested in the topic, and actually in middle school, I had a teacher that had to get a part of her throat replaced, but they had to use a pig valve. And so ever since then, I've been very interested in the idea of, like, what if there was another way of replacing other biological parts of your body with not just other animal parts. So I want to take a deeper look into 3D bioprinting itself. In order to do this, I will be letting you know, or I will be showing you how the movement was inspired, the actual process of 3D bioprinting, and the impact it already had on the field of medicine. So a company that helped in making a huge step in the start of bioprinting is Organovo, created by Thomas Boland at Clemson University. As stated in Changing the Shape of Medical Research and Practice, Boland realized that ink droplets were actually the equivalent of, or relatively the same size of, blood vessels. In turn, the company created a bioprinter that was actually and they were actually the first to create the first blood vessels with the bioprinter. To do this, they used a bioprinter to precisely place bioink building blocks, which then built up tissue vertically and was able to mimic the function of the actual real human tissue, as shown in this picture. With this success, the company wanted to make a liver, since it is the simplest organ in the body, and also a very needed organ in the United States and all over the world, with many hundreds of thousands of people who are looking for a transplant with either a whole liver or a part of the liver. So what is the process of 3D bioprinting? Basically, tissue engineers, instead of using plastic or metal in a bioprinter, or a 2D bioprinter, they actually use human cells. According to the authors Sean Murphy and Anthony Atala, 3D bioprinting of tissues and organs, 2014, there are a few main steps to using a 3D bioprinter in the medical arena. First, the doctor must assess the patient and its environment to determine what kind of problem they are dealing with. Then the doctor will choose their design approach: biomimicry, self-assembly, or mini tissues. Can either be used alone or together in order to, depending on the severity of the tissue damage. After this, it will choose the types of materials and cells that will help in integrating the best with the damaged tissue and bioprinting systems. After they print the tissues, the doctor will then apply what is needed, to the parts that is needed, and usually some tissues need more time to mature depending on the damage to the skin. There are actually a few different ways to bioprint. One being inkjet printing, which is the most common for bioprinting, as shown in this diagram in the thesis titled Review of 3D Printing Techniques in the Future in Biofabrication of Bioprinted Tissue by Lee Naomi 2016, showing that the bioprinter places down dot by dot to build up bioink to make a final three-dimensional structure into what is needed. The next common bioprinter is called DirectWrite, which uses bioink by layering layer by layer to form a continuous line to make the structure of whatever also is needed. So what has 3D bioprinting already impacted in the world? So many people, including wounded soldiers, firefighters, or just any other people with skin damage, can rely on regenerative tissue printed by bioprinters to replace the skin that has been badly burned. The bioprinters actually print the skin in vitro, which is then applied to the patient, and the skin can grow over time to the burned area. There's actually a couple problems with this, as according to authors of Drug Discovery Today, basically saying that it is difficult to find the placement of sweat glands and hair follicles to perfectly match them up, but they're finding a way to perfect that problem. Along with skin, there's also 3D printing of heart valves, which are also important to many people worldwide. The author of Journal of Biomedical Materials Research, Part A, describes how companies are now printing out new heart valves using bioprinters and cells. Heart valves are actually a part of the body that do not possess the ability to regenerate by themselves. So if it is damaged or it is diseased in any way that's detrimental to the heart valve, it is needed to be replaced by either a mechanical or biological counterpart, and this is where 3D printing comes into play. So the medical community's aspirations are shown when Naomi Lee, the author of Lancet, describes how in the next to 10-15 years, there will be a new way to save lives. In conclusion, I hope that in the importance of 3D printing, we have said that has been said before. Now that we have more knowledge, I hope you find the excitement that I have in 3D bioprinting and are looking forward to what is coming in the future in the world of science.
Okay. How did this go for you?
It was okay. It was just really hard to get the information out for me because there's just a lot of different things to say, but